So today I'll be visiting a place that I used to go as a kid, um, just to kind of escape, and it used to be a lot easier to get to. It's public property, so I'm allowed to go there. It isn't trespassing or anything, but the people who live by this tunnel really don't want kids visiting here anymore. And this is where the path was, but they've taken great effort to block it off with, in the past, like piles of wood and sticks and stuff. So you have to go around now. But here we are, and these tunnels are real old, over 100 years old. I believe the dates are um, on both of the bridges, and I'll show you. I think it's 1914 they were made, and one of them, this one, has a lot of mineral deposits dripping down from the ceiling, but this one's in a little better shape. But I believe they were made around the same time. One of which is a railroad bridge that's currently in use, the one behind me, and the one in front of me I think is the old railroad bridge, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just a walk bridge. Um, I'm not positive, but you'll see it's very overgrown and abandoned. And this is one of the ways that you can access the sewer system in my town. And recently there was a very big flood, bigger than we've seen in several years. I believe it was because of some hurricane, and so a lot of stuff from the sewer got dumped out into these tunnels, and it looks totally different than the last time I was here. Um, it's right now 90 degrees and very humid, so the dogs usually don't like water, but they're enjoying the cool stream right now. Um, this tunnel. Oh, and you'll see, yeah, there was a blue jay that was chilling back here, and I remember that this used to be a popular spring for birds back when I used to visit, and it's a really quiet little place. Yep, these are the mineral deposits up here, dripping down. It's a really cool vibe in here, and I believe I walk into a spider web around here, and you'll see me kind of try to shake it off. It was a pretty big spider web. Um, but I really like it back here. It's a cool little spot. I'm not sure what this concrete cylinder is with the hole in it that I'll look at in a second. This thing. I'm not sure what it is. It might be just like one of those Mario tunnels to uh, the sewers. But down there is just the creepiest. You couldn't pay me to go in there, honestly. But it's really cool that you can visit and smoke by it. That the house back there is, I think, the people who don't want kids at this tunnel, even though they don't own it. It's kind of like adjacent to their backyard, and I think that they didn't like um, the hooligans, causing trouble back here. Um, but it's a beautiful place to go and hang out and chill. And a lot of this, I'll just shut up and won't talk and let you enjoy the sounds of nature, because it's really quiet and serene in here, other than the cicadas, which you'll hear ringing off sometimes. I believe this is a Virginia creeper, which is everywhere. You'll see it everywhere. I mean, I covered it in the last video. It's a vine that's really common. It has 5 leaves in it, and it just goes off, vining up everything. Yep, 1914 is how old this bridge is. Come in. Arctium lapa is the taxonomic name for this burdock plant, and it's an invasive, and I don't like these, frankly. They hail from the Asteraceae family, and sometimes they're cultivated in gardens for their root, which can be eaten, but I can't stand it because it gets in dog's fur, and I am a dog groomer, and they are annoying to get out of clothing and everything. Oh my goodness. But, it's a cool evolutionary adaptation. This is a white snake root, and um, it's a poisonous perennial herb in the Asteraceae family. It's a beautiful native, though. It's a wildflower, and it's one of my favorites. This is Daucus carota, or Queen Anne's lace, and it's a flowering plant in the Apiaceae family. Sometimes it's confused with poison hemlock, so you shouldn't touch flowers that look like this. But there's a cute little moth right there, pollinating it, maybe. This is what the inflorescence looks like of the great mullein that I covered last video, after they're all dried and crisped up. And they kind of honestly remind me of, like, marijuana colas, the way that they look and behave. And the flowers are yellow when they come out, but all of those are already spent already. I'll look at one over here that has some of the fuzzy leaves still on it. Echinocystis is a monotypic genus in the gourd family, Cucurbitaceae. This is the only species in the genus, often referred to as the wild cucumber. This is a beautiful annual plant that is native, and it has really cool flowers. I just love them. It kind of is sprawling over the other plants here, some of which are goldenrod that I covered in the last video. Antirrhinum is a genus of plants in the Plantagenaceae family, commonly known as dragonflowers or snapdragons because of the flower's resemblance to the face of a dragon. It kind of opens its mouth when squeezed, and this is growing up through a bridge that's like 20 feet high. I just love it when plants do that. And I like how you're kind of up with the canopy with these pines here. I'm not exactly sure what they are. I'm not super big into trees. I know that, obviously it's like an evergreen. And there's some vines that I'm also not really super familiar with, that are just all over everything. That might be Vitis riparia up there, because that kind of looks familiar, but over here there's vine that I really don't know. And this is milkweed, which is one of my favorite plants, and a native, and one that you should grow everywhere if you can, because the monarchs need it. And we're losing the monarchs, and god damn it, we gotta save those monarchs, grow some milkweed. This is an aggressive, invasive Rhinutria japonica, or knotweed. It's in the buckwheat family, or Polygonaceae, and I do not like it. So, I've just got one weird plant for you today, and it's one that I can't believe I haven't covered because of how cool it is. But before I introduce you to this plant, I have to introduce you to this mountain shrew. And he's really cute, and I love this mountain shrew. He is what's known as Tupaia montana, and he's a small arboreal mammal that spends its life in the forest canopy. The poop of these shrews is high in nutrients and sustains the plant Nepenthes lowii. Unlike many other Nepenthes species that rely on being carnivorous to grow in nutrient-poor conditions, Nepenthes lowii has evolved to focus on the poop of these shrews instead. The pitcher's interior is lined with downward-pointing hairs that prevent the poop from escaping, and it excretes this sweet nectar that the shrew eats. He hangs out on the pitcher, and here's a photo of this shrew hanging out on this pitcher, just like his grandfather did. It's cool to think about how these plants, how this shrew is intertwined with this plant so intrinsically. The sweet stuff that it makes, it encourages the shrew to hang out and eat and poop
on the pitcher, giving it all the nutrients it needs to get by. So it basically is the toilet of plants, and I think it's just incredible that this relationship has, sustained both parties for so long that it's just how they do it. It's how they get by. And if something were to happen to the shrew, the Nepenthes would not be around. It's a very vulnerable network. So all the cactus are still doing well in here. I got this new cactus from East Austin Succulents. My brother bought it. It's a Astrophyta mysterious Hanozano from East Austin Succulents, and I just think it's beautiful. It's making a lot of pups. It's awesome. And if anybody knows what that rootstock is right there, let me know, because I love the spines. Like look at those. They look sick. The Aerocorpus is still doing good. The Copiapoa is still doing good. This is showing some new growth, some new spawns. This little baby one is kind of bending towards the light over here, but it's still doing good. I mean, that little hole was there when I got it. I'm not really sure what that is, but probably just some sort of scar, And this one looks like it's about to be done flowering, but it's got one more. This is my Thylacactus setaspinus. And yeah, it's not daytime over here yet, but the begonia is doing really well ever since I uppotted it. And you can see one of the little blooms right there. I thought they were gonna be pink, but no, they're little tiny white flowers. But it's a beautiful plant. I really like it. And I got a little like ficus. That's new. I like ficus. And I'm not really exactly sure what this is, but I got this. Let me know if you know what this is. I'm forgetting. I don't know if they even told me at the store where I got it, but I really like the trunk. That's why I bought it. I like the character that the trunk has, and I thought it'd be perfect for my pot. And yeah, I took the two Perodia out of the windowsill, out of Cactus Purgatory, and I put them over here under these lights just to see if it would help them, because there's less light on this, like per day. There's less light over here, so I'm hoping that helps them. And the cactus seedlings are still doing good. I'll probably show it to you in like another episode. The cactus seedlings. I just have a bunch, and I'm always nervous to open that little propagator, because all it takes is for me to let in like a little bit of fungus, and it can compromise a lot of the projects I have going on in there. So I'm really trying to wait until 2 months, 3 months, until I can slowly start acclimating them, and then I can like open it up and show you guys more, But yeah, everything's going good. No casualties. And there's another leaf that's starting to grow on the Vacupodium. You can see it's tiny, but there's a fourth leaf. It's hard to focus right now. There you go. Yeah, there's like a fourth tiny little leaf growing in there, which is pretty cool.